Hello, and welcome to the Cannon County Chamber Connection. This is your May edition, and of course, as usual, it's made possible by TTC Communications with our thanks. And of course, I'm waiting for those 80-degree days with just a breeze and lots of sunshine. I haven't had those.
Well, we got a breeze during our last
year.
car show, didn't we? We got a breeze.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Your papers went flying, my speakers went flying, and everything
That's
else.
not a breeze.
But that's not a breeze. That was a gust.
That was a windstorm.
Gotcha.
That's what that was.
My
But
flowers have been flying everywhere. I had to take them all down.
I did too.
Yeah, I had to sit them
They
down.
beat mine to death. They were all over the yard, so we took what was left down. Okay, May, golly. This brings in all the graduations that we're going to have in the high schools and the colleges, and of course, I believe ours in Cannon County is the 19th of May. Am I right?
You're right.
And we want to congratulate all of the people that are graduating and give them our best wishes, because now you're going to be able in a few years to look back and say, those were some of the best years of my life. You don't realize that right now, because now it's, let's face the real world and get a job, make a living.
There's a pretty good story coming out about this year's valedictorian is Ethan Powell. His brother was valedictorian of his senior class, and his father was valedictorian during his senior year of high school.
See, that's a learned thing, isn't
Yeah.
it?
That's good.
So we're passing it down.
Well, that's great. That's great. He won't be sorry for that in the future, believe me. It does count. But we do want to wish them all good luck and wish them the best. But like I say, it's a few years you're going to be looking back and think, boy, we had it so easy. Because here we are. But there's lots of jobs out there, so just got to go find them. And of course, we're still remembering the victims of the Reedville and the Kittrell tornadoes that hit in April. And, you know, we had a lot of homes, businesses, historical sites that were either damaged or destroyed. The positive side of that is there were no deaths, which was really great, because in Reedville, there were homes that were just nothing left.
All right.
The old Reedville Mill, I think part of it was laying in the river the last time I seen it. So those things probably, that won't be rebuilt. Of course, there were some businesses that were devastated that won't be rebuilt as well. But there are homes that will be. So for those of you out there that have damage in the Kittrell area or the Reedville area, FEMA and SBA are set up at Eastside School in Cannon County, and they're there from 7 in the morning until 7 in the evening, Monday through Saturday. So if you have questions or you want to file a claim, even if you have insurance, please go up there and see what's available for you. They're there to answer your questions, help you start the paperwork. I know there were a few people that did not have insurance and their homes were destroyed. So by all means, go up and take advantage of that, because they can tell you where to start and what you are eligible for.
And one thing that we want to add to it, and this has been an ongoing thing with FEMA, they've only been able to, what was it, last meeting that we had with them, they served 13 people so far. A lot of people are getting this kind of confused, even though we're trying to get the word out as best we can. American Red Cross has also done their due diligence here in Cannon County and helped people and stuff, and people have gotten, you know, help and assistance from them. But FEMA, people that were, you know, impacted by this tornado can also, in addition to the assistance they got from American Red Cross, they can also apply and get benefits from FEMA as well. Two different organizations two different types of assistance. So people are urged to, even if they've gotten the assistance from the American Red Cross, people are urged to go to this disaster recovery center at the East Side School and apply, because they are more than likely eligible for even more assistance on top of the assistance
Right.
they've already had.
And if you are, SBA plays a part in that. That's a small business association. And they can also play a part in this, especially if you did have a business. But by all means, go up there and see what's available to you. Now, I do have an 800 number that you can call, and FEMA can instruct you what you will need and everything. So that is 1-800-621-3362. And FEMA will tell you where to go, but they are set up right now. Now, I did talk to our emergency manager today, Roy Sullivan, and he said that they're expected to be there possibly 30 days, but they haven't had a big turnout. I think as of today, he said 16 people had applied, so I don't know if it's you don't think you need it or you just don't know where to go to get it, but they will be there. And if you don't qualify, they can tell you that too. So by all means, go up and ask them about it, because that's what they're there for. And there were a lot of people that were affected by this in the Reedville and the Kittrell area. So go up there and see what you can get. Our guest today is Miss Trish Frost, and she is here this has become one of the most popular events that we have in Cannon County, and especially in the spring or the summer. But she is in charge of the annual Woodbury Yard Sale and Craft Fair, right, Trish?
Yes, ma'am. And craft fair.
I'll let you tell them
Okay.
when and where and what it's all about.
Okay. This is our 6th annual yard sale. 6 years we've been doing that. We even squeaked by on the COVID year by just a couple of weeks. But this year it's Saturday, June 3rd, starting about 8 o'clock for the people coming to shop. We'll get there a bit earlier than that, and it goes to 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. What we're in charge of is renting booths around the inside circle of the courthouse. That's a 10 by 10 booth is $25. Donation straight to the dog rescue. That is a non-refundable $25, because as soon as it's paid, it goes into the Cannon Community for Animals Fund. She uses it for spay, neutering, food for the dogs that she has, and so that's just non-refundable there. You can get as many booths as you need. We've got 122 booths around the center of the courthouse there. We've got over half of them already rented, and it's actually a month from today that it'll be happening. So we need for you to get your names in and how many booths you're going to have. All you need to do is send me a text at 615-427-2539. And it's my personal cell phone. Just text me your name, how many booths you want. I'll send you the link through Venmo to go ahead and pay the fee. And if you don't have Venmo, we can make other arrangements. But one thing we're doing this year is trying to encourage more of the businesses in the area to get involved. We've had real good response as far as people from out of the county area coming and setting up there, but we're encouraging like the churches or businesses in the area to rent out booths in their parking lots. This could be like a youth group project, a building fund for your building, FFA. You could contact maybe one of the churches or something to rent spots out, and hopefully we'll keep growing this. The main thing with that is all proceeds go to, all that proceeds there would go straight to your whatever you're wanting to benefit. Just the ones around the center of the square go straight to it. And of course, we'll take any donations from anywhere else. It's a good economic boost to Cannon County. I've been told before, but can't remember the totals of the income in the county as far from the restaurants, the stores, the businesses, that it brings extra revenue to. And that's always good for our county. And plus, you don't even have to advertise. We're putting out all the advertisement, Facebook. The Cannon Courier is so gracious about giving us all these ads and charges us so little for all that. It's part of their donation. And then just the business, it's the word of mouth is the best thing as far as that goes. But it is illegal to drop the animals in Cannon County. There's Tennessee law 3914-202 that states that. So we need to get more help and hopefully eventually have a humane society of our own if we can get more involved and more going along that. But just give me a text, 615-427-2539. I'll get you down, get you paid, and we'll see you on the square Saturday, June 3rd. It's always the first Saturday in June.
Now, what we encourage on that, like she said, if you want to have one in your yard, those proceeds go to you.
Exactly.
And the more we have, the better it is, because the more people are going to come to it. So it's been growing over the years, and a lot of people come here from out of town. There's not just yard sale stuff, but you also have crafts around the square
Crafts,
too,
food.
don't you?
We do need a couple of food vendors. Nobody signed up as far as food trucks this year. So if one of the schools wanted to do a booth and sell, like the teams at the high school,
Cheerleaders or
cheerleaders,
something.
yeah, whatever, want to do that would be great. It's $25. We don't charge extra for the food vendors. If you $25 a booth, if you just need one, you've made some good profits there.
You can.
Oh, yeah, because this place is packed out.
It is. It is.
And my yard gets parked in, so there's no way I can donate my yard. Actually, it's a back parking lot. We don't have a yard. Sidewalk. We could do a sidewalk thing, I guess.
Yeah, I've encouraged a lot of the businesses around the square to, put out on the sidewalk, and I know at Lion's Den, she's going to have one inside her business. That'd be a nice little break to walk in the cool there if it's real hot that day, and shop around to her stuff.
Wonder if I could find another person's yard that maybe I could use their yard. I'd probably have to rent.
Well, good luck on that.
I'm just.
They're going to charge you.
Yeah, they'll charge me.
Well, like over in Bell Buckle or over in, we went to Watertown.
rent out their
They
yards.
rent out their yards, that's
And they rent them out for parking.
parking and everything. So it's a win-win for the whole county. It's not just,
Well, now, the way our square lies, and of course I hear this on every event, parking is an issue because there's a limited amount of parking. So you may have to park a block away or 2 blocks away and walk down there to it. But that's
Exercise.
okay. It is okay. You can do this.
there's churches, 2 big church parking lots within
Right.
it's a block, maybe 2
Block
at the
or 2.
most that you can park in. It's not a big deal on the parking.
And then you can always visit our antique stores that we have around the square, the restaurants. If you want to go in and sit down, that's fine. We've got plenty of restaurants that'd be glad for you to be in, boutiques. Yeah, lots of things. But yeah, some food vendors would probably be nice because a lot of people come in for that. Now, I will tell you another area that they are having yard sales and crafts available at the senior center. Out in the parking lot of the senior center are going to get involved in this, and they are asking for donations. They said they would take money or items to put in the yard sale. They just don't want any children to auction off because that doesn't work, so they're not accepting any kids.
Oh, so when we, I've noticed that, and I've joked about this a lot, and people frown at me for it. You go by, like, for instance, a couple of weeks ago, come by the community center over here, and they've got the signs in the ground that says kids sale. Are they selling kids? Really?
know that. Yeah.
I think that's illegal, but,
No,
buy one, get one free or something?
the senior center doesn't take
No.
any, they don't want any donations of children. But they will be there. Now, their hours are from 8 till 5. But like I say, if you come in, go around the square, see what people have set up there for the businesses, go out in the community because there's going to be other yard sales. There'll
yeah.
be homes and everything that will have yard sales.
One
for
thing I
this.
put out on the Facebook page for the Woodbury yard sale is send me your address. And then I'll list those on there, as soon as I get them. And then people kind of plan out, their attack of everything. And hopefully, it'll be
Well, there'll
enough.
be other people. I
Yeah.
think my daughter may be going to have one on that day.
I'm going to tell you somebody you need to get in touch with, because I was going to actually talk about this during the thing, and I'm not for sure who it is just yet. There is a lady that posted on social media that has put together a T-shirt. Have you seen this? The T-shirt, a lot of people are asking because they get confused about the convenience center hours here in Cannon County.
Yeah.
And there is a lady that has put together a T-shirt, and it's on social media now, to where it's got a character of a guy reaching into a garbage can, and it's got the Cannon County Convenience Center hours. Now, we joked about this over at the county executive's office the other day, but wouldn't that be something to have her come out? I guarantee
That
you
would be
she'll make
great.
money, because people are talking about this T-shirt.
Yes.
It was a great idea.
Yes.
That
would be.
So-
I definitely want one.
Now, I have to track this person down and get the information to
Convenience
you.
center hours are in the paper every week.
But to have a T-shirt where
That would
you're
be
sitting out there running around, in town, oh, well, and then people stop you right in the side of the road saying, okay, is this convenience center open today? Because that's the big question.
Right.
That's the most popular question here in Cannon County, I
Exactly.
think.
I believe that.
They are closed on Sundays and Wednesdays.
Church studies.
That's right.
Church studies.
But I don't know, I mean, I guess you can sell a T-shirt with anything on it.
Yeah.
I mean, really, you can just sell a T-shirt, but
Oh, yeah.
the hours are 7 to 7.
I made the mention that the Cannon County Convenience Center employees should wear that T-shirt,
Really?
And then to give her a booth on the side, like next to the recycling bin or something, put a table out there, let her sell the T-shirts. I guarantee you people would buy those just because it's funny,
I know they'll be setting up down behind the feed store also. Jason said that yesterday, so it's kind of hard to see, but we'll put some good signs up.
Oh, listen, if you go, he's got a greenhouse open that's just great. He has some really pretty flowers, and he also has garden plants in there. If you go in there, you'll be able to see anything that's set up behind you.
Yeah.
I'd say all of the stores that will set up for this. But if you like to go to yard sales, and this is prime time for that. You need to just come and bring your whole family.
And we do have a rain date. If it happens to rain on the 3rd, big rains or we can't have it, we'll have it the next Saturday, the 10th.
You always need a rain date for everything, I'll just tell you right now. But our courthouse is a busy place. So you're lucky if you can get a spot. And you do have to get it approved. I have so many people say, well, I can just go down and sit up in front of the courthouse. Not unless you call the county executive and give them your dates and what you're going to have. And then if you're a vendor and you want to set up during the week and everything, you need to contact City Hall. And they have a permit that you purchase that gives you the right to set up for, I think, a month at a time or maybe a little longer.
I picked ours up yesterday. You have to, your event has to be within 30 days of
Right.
when you sign it up. And I believe it's still just $50. And turn it back in and the display it. We'll have it at our
Right.
CCA booth displayed there.
Right. So don't just go down there and say, well, I'm just going to set up because probably you're going to run into another event, especially in the summer months. So, and that's only fair. I don't have a problem with that whatsoever because kind of keeps track of what's going on. Otherwise, you run into the problem of several people wanting to set up for different things at the same time.
But I think he keeps track of who's signing up, what at the executive's office, and then you go to,
If you're a vendor and you want to sell food or whatever, we have several that come in here on a regular basis and they go up and buy the permit and it's good for so many days or months and then you can renew it or whatever.
okay.
So there you go. For all of those that call me and say, well, I'm just going to go set up at the courthouse, I thought, maybe not.
We need a Cannon County smorgasbord. In other words, we're selling and setting up all kinds of food vendors and all kinds of stuff. You know,
Well,
other than crafts and yard sale type of, you know.
Talk to the restaurants about that and see
Yeah.
how they feel about that.
Well, I'm just joking. We don't need that. But
We just
that's
got-
one thing. The
yeah.
reason why the permits kind of
That's
help
exactly right.
keep from happening is a
That's
smorgasbord.
exactly right.
We just want a couple of fast things there on the square so people working or whatever and grab something real quick and don't have time to sit down and
There is a donut truck.
Yeah.
Now, I love
He comes
donuts,
by.
but we need more than donuts.
Well, I know, but I mean, in addition to,
I'm not
He
supposed
does
to have
well.
donuts.
Lynn
but
was
yeah.
checking on sending slip
well,
fig.
you got the one with the frosting you get in
Yeah,
the plane.
yeah, I got one with frosting that
I
shot
don't
my
start on donuts.
blood sugar level.
No, he does have some coffee and donuts, and he set up quite a bit.
Maybe-
I've got his number.
Okay.
If you want it, because
Yeah.
let him see if he's busy, because I think he's going to set up for the car show we're having this weekend.
Okay, yeah. And I think Cindy at the pig knows him also.
She does.
Because
Yeah,
he
she
came and
does.
set up when they had their spring
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
She
yeah.
did.
I'll ask her to get a hold of him.
Okay. All right. Well, that's the only guest, except that my partner in crime here has an event that the Courier is going to sponsor, right?
That's right. We got May the 18th, the day before graduation. Boy, graduation week is pretty busy. May the 18th, we're going to be out at the Art Center of Cannon County for the Cannon Courier Hall of Fame awards and the, Hall of Fame and the High School Sports Awards. We nominate and select a individual for each of the sports at Cannon County High School, TSSAA sanctioned. We've got a fishing MVP that we're going to award this year, and
I think
cheerleading.
that's great, because
Yeah.
we didn't get fishing till, what, 2 years now? We've
Yeah, it's
had
been-
fishing.
2 or 3.
I mean,
Yeah.
what kid wouldn't sign up for that?
Well, we've got our first young man that is going to go to college on a fishing scholarship.
Well, all right.
Go to church
Yeah.
with him.
And
Yeah.
I won't spoil the surprises who gets that fishing award, but more than likely he's eligible for that. Of course, we've got trap team too. That their season's a little bit different. You know, they just started their season this 2 weeks ago, so they don't have a full season by the time that we get into our Hall of Fame banquet, which makes it a little difficult. But we'll give a trap team away too. As far as this year's Hall of Fame class, you talk about non-TSSAA sanctioned stuff. Jim Bowie Adcock, who is a person in the rodeo. He loved the rodeo. He's been in the rodeo since he was a kid, and had won many awards and championships, and still to this day winning awards and championships. And busy with that.
He
will
also
be-
shoots horses.
yeah, shoes horses. Jason Glenn Foster, who was a basketball player when I first started broadcasting basketball. I remember Jason. He was nominated, and everybody in that secret committee approved. Olivia Walker, the first female Cannon County football player who kicked a field goal.
I didn't
Not the
realize.
first football player for Canning, female football player. That was Heather Haney.
Right.
But Olivia Walker kicked a field goal for Cannon County High School football, enjoyed a 3-sport career. She was a football player, ended up going to Tennessee Wesleyan for soccer, played on several championship teams, national championship team for Tennessee Wesleyan in NAIA history. And she also played softball, really good accomplished pitcher and center fielder for the softball team. And she got a chance to walk on her freshman year at Tennessee Wesleyan, play a little bit of softball, but then soccer just became her main passion. So,
Right.
Let's see, Angie Smithson-Graham, she was a guard for several years for Cannon County High School basketball under and also Glenda Markham, who we didn't realize was passed away, had been passed away for several years. She had been nominated for several years, but the committee never really voted to, got all the votes that she needed to approve her, but we're putting her in this year. And I'll tell you what, Adam Melton, who is involved with the schools, he knows her life history. I've talked to Adam, because that's who we have to go to. Adam can spit out any statistic you want to know about her, you know? So, and spit out any statistic you want to know about Robert A. Harris during her tenure
I'm sure.
at Cannon County High
Well,
School.
she was one of the first ones to play for Robert A.
Well, she was the first freshman
Right.
to suit up for Robert A. We're going to start things off at 6:30 for the meal at the Art Center, and then after about 30 minutes we'll get into the main area and we'll give away the sports awards and have the Hall of Fame presentations.
Who's catering your event?
Predators Barbecue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he makes good barbecue, he does.
Yeah.
Okay.
So tickets went on sale, was this May 3rd that we're taping this? Tickets went on sale Monday, May 2nd, and they're available. So get your tickets now, because this thing is going to get sold out quickly. Last year, when we came back after a 2-year hiatus, we didn't have enough room to seat people to eat. People were having to eat out in the lobby. So we'll say that. We'll say get your tickets now or bring your own lawn chair, and we'll let you
Now, where do they do the awards? In the theater?
in the theater. Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Comfortable seating?
Yeah.
Sure is. Okay, anything else the Courier's doing?
Well, we've got a graduation issue that's coming out that Tuesday before, so that would be what, the 18th, 16th, May 16th will be our graduation issue. We're getting that put together. We'll have interviews with the salutatorian, the valedictorian, and we'll have all the pictures of the 118 graduates that are graduating this year.
Now, graduation is going to be at the football field, right?
Right, as far as I know.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's on May 19th. And if you want to watch that, I know DTC is doing a taping of that, but we'll air it live on Cannon Courier News and Events Facebook page that night. So,
Okay.
testing out some new equipment, see if it works in time for sports season next year.
Good luck. I just love
Yeah.
to test out new equipment during
Yeah,
an
me too.
event.
Especially in Cannon County with my luck in the car shows and stuff, my experience is something always goes wrong. So
Well, they do if it rains during graduation.
They take it
they
inside.
take it into
don't
the
they?
gym.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where we used to have, and I remember going over there and it being so hot.
I bet.
And so crowded.
Packed, yeah.
And you couldn't, if you didn't get there early, you didn't find a seat.
Everybody in Woodbury and Cannon County comes out for graduation.
Yeah, they do.
And if you don't believe me, just wait till graduation is over and try to get out of there, because you're fighting
You need
thousands of cars.
You need traffic control. You
Yeah.
do. You do.
Hint, hint. Oh, never mind.
Our law enforcement. Okay, May 18th is when that's going to be, right?
Right. So we'll,
All right, May 27th will be our next cruise-in on the square, and of course, that is hosted by the Chamber of Commerce. It will be from 4 to 7 p.m. It is around the square, and this last one we had was very good, really, for the first one. You never know what to expect, And I will say that there are so many cruise-ins and car shows, and you're competing with a surrounding county for everyone. But we've always had the fourth Saturday of the month, and of course, the cruise-ins last through August, and then September is the Colorful Car Show. And that will be on the 23rd, I believe, this year of September. But for the cruise-ins, you just come out, register for the door prizes. We have great sponsors for the cruise-ins, of course, DTC being one of them. And then we also have Moonlight Drive-In. They give us some tickets to give away. DTC is set up there, and they'll give away a shirt or a cap, a T-shirt or a cap. And O'Reilly's make sure we have enough door prizes. And let's see, Shelter Insurance. They've been great. They come over there and set up and give out drinks and free snacks and other little goodies while you're there. So there's no reason not to come, because it don't cost you a thing, and you're going to go home with something.
And I'll give you a little hint as far as our Moonlight Drive-In tickets, a sneak preview. Everybody that's got a car, truck, motorcycle, an engine with four wheels, as I put it, should come out to this cruise-in and participate, because that's how you get your Moonlight Drive-In tickets. And the reason why I'm saying this, May 27th, you want to come out for this one, because on June the 16th is going to be probably the best-selling movie of the year that's coming out.
Top
and I'm
Gun.
sure, no, it's not that one. And I'm sure Higgins Moonlight Drive-In will be showing this probably for many weeks. The Fast and Furious is putting out their new installment, Fast 10. And that's coming out on June the 16th. So you can come out, participate, get your tickets, save them. You don't have to buy them. And then you can go sneak
No,
over
and
to
you
the
don't even
Moonlight
have
Drive-In.
to use them this year.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I mean, you can use them
You
the
can
next
wait.
year.
You can wait until Fast 11 comes out if you want to, in a couple of years, I think. Although I saw a new, and I don't know, I haven't been able to verify it. I saw there's a new poster coming out for the a new Avengers movie. Doesn't have all the original Avengers, but because some of those I guess got killed or something, I don't know. But I haven't kept up with that.
An Avenger I thought,
The Avengers, not the Avengers of the 1960s. Captain America, Spider-Man, those.
come on, they don't get killed.
Yeah.
You know they don't. But people like those movies, I know they do. That's just like the one that had just been there, the Mario Brothers.
Yeah. The original Mario Brothers got mad about this movie. I can't remember the actors, but they weren't happy with this movie. But everybody else was, to make it the #1 box office smash this
right.
past week.
It was.
Yep.
It was. Moonlight Drive-In, they have two screens, a different movie on each screen, but they have the best concession stand you'll ever go to. They do have really good food.
And it's funny, when they opened up this season, they opened up with Super Mario Brothers and a movie called Air. Now, I've never seen the trailer for Air, didn't know what it was. So the other day when I'm DJing over here at the last car cruise in, I mentioned something about it. Hey, come get your tickets. You can go see Super Mario Brothers in a thing called Air. Air is rated R, by the way. And I'm thinking, and I make a little joke about the air quality. I'm thinking, I never knew that air could be rated R. I thought it was always like orange or something like that. Quickly, somebody runs up the steps and tells me what Air is about. It's about the Michael Jordan story about Nike Air.
Nike's
And
tennis
the
shoes.
only reason why, from what I understand, according to this guy who's seen it, that it's rated R is because of language.
Yes.
That's it. So nothing else bad, but just the language. So
My
you get a
son
chance to go see
went
some Air.
to see this with my daughter. And she told me, she goes, well, I learned a lot of things I didn't know, but she says, I didn't understand why they had to say that word every other word. And I thought, well, I don't either. I don't understand.
Maybe it's
that
just to
either.
fill the air.
I doubt it. Shut up, kid.
Bad joke.
Pollute the air,
Bad joke.
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's more like it. But that is the only thing in it that would make it rated R.
So I guess I'll start checking on stuff before I make fun of it, you know? All right.
If you would have asked me, I would have told you.
But you weren't the person that came and jumped up. I mean, this dude came and jumped up running and said, hey, it's about Michael Jordan. Oh, okay, we'll leave that subject alone then.
I got to tell you, my daughter and my son went and seen that movie, and of course, Danny has always been a Michael Jordan fan. Always. And he has, I don't know how many pair of those shoes, and they look like new over different years.
Yeah.
But they went and seen it. Well, it was April, and he called my daughter and he said, well, you know Michael Jordan's coming back. And Brenda goes, no. She says, how old is he? That's not true. And he goes, yeah. Well, by the time he was done talking to her, he had her convinced that he was coming back so that his record wouldn't get broken. And so then she told me, she says, I got kind of excited because she says, I thought, well, he's going to play again, you know. So later on that evening, her husband came home, and he came in and she goes, guess what? She says, Danny told me Michael Jordan's coming back to play. He just looked at her and he goes, April Fools, Brenda. And she goes, I hate my brother.
Was this like, this news, was this year that she told?
Yes, just last
Michael
month.
Jordan is how old?
60.
Yeah, 60. Wow.
Then he can be very convincing.
Michael kind of, and I know people might get offended by this, but I'm going to say it anyway. Michael probably should not have tried the comeback that he tried back after he retired the first time, you know.
Works for football. I don't know why it wouldn't work for him.
He's just, well, it didn't really work for him the second time around. But yeah, you're right. It does work for some people. Football.
It
What's
does.
next? George Foreman coming back?
Oh, I think I did. There's a movie about
Yeah,
that.
that's right. And I don't think it's rated R though, so we're good. Might be about the grill.
In fact,
or
I think
something.
it's on right now.
Yeah, might be about the grill.
I've always liked him. I've
Yeah,
always
I
thought he
do
was
too.
funny. Okay. Anyway, the cruise in, the next one is going to be the 27th of May, and it is always the fourth Saturday of the month, providing it doesn't rain. And the first one we had a little bit of everything.
Yep.
It had a lot of wind. It had 2 episodes of rain. And then what else? And it was freezing.
One of my speakers did a nosedive off the courthouse steps, yeah.
And I about froze during that thing. I thought I'm going to put on a coat. All right, and it'll get better. May's got to be better. Okay, then the next one is going to be May 26th through the 29th. Excuse me. And that will be the Cannon County Walking Horse Association. That is their Memorial Day trail ride. And of course, that starts on Friday because they start letting people set up at the campgrounds on Short Mountain. And then on Saturday, they all gather, or the ones that want to ride through town, gather at the fairgrounds, and I think they leave out at 11 o'clock and ride their horses and bring their wagons and everything through town, which everybody gets excited about because it's like a parade. And then they go up to the campgrounds where they have horse shows, food, trail rides, just camping up there, dances, music. They have it all up there all weekend long. So, and that will last through the weekend until Monday, and then they'll pack up and start coming back. But they have 2 of those a year on Memorial Day and Labor Day. And then June 3rd is going to be Gazaway Homecoming. And of course, that takes place in Gazaway, Tennessee. And they'll start out with a country ham breakfast, which is always great. And I think they'll serve that from probably 7 till 10 a.m. And then they'll have music and vendors and crafts, and they have a parade. And they'll have food during that also. And then they top it off with a fish fry that evening. And then I think after the fish fry, they have some more music, so that's a full day. You can go down there and eat and drink, and I think the only thing you probably couldn't do was sleep. I'm not sure, but
I've seen some people nap underneath the trees at this Gasaway homecoming years past, yeah.
were they napping or passed out?
I'm going to say napping.
Okay,
Just
good
to save
answer.
anybody's reputation, I don't know.
Good answer. That's a good answer. All right, and then June 5th through the 16th is the summer conservatory starts at the Art Center. And if you would have been there today with me, I was late getting here because there were so many buses and children in the parking lot. I was parked and there was a line of kids all the way back from in the parking lot, so I had to wait. I didn't want to run over 2 or 3 children trying to get here, so. But it is
Put them in
there.
the kids' sale at the yard sale.
Yeah, damage section.
There was a bunch of them. And I wanted to tell you something. Today is their kids, the schools from other counties take field trips and take their kids to see these live shows. They handle it so well. There were 3 or 4 buses full of kids there. Well, you've got an auditorium full that are coming out, and then these others are lined up to come in. They handle that so well.
Yeah.
They get those kids in and out and seated and everything. It's amazing how quick they can do that. And with such order. They don't even lose any kids. I see the teachers counting them when they come in and they count them when they go out. So this is good. But they will start their conservatory. So they start out with a junior conservatory, and it starts with the 1st grade through the 6th grade that are eligible for this. And if you're looking for something for your kids to do during the summer, this would be great because they teach them how to speak, they teach them how to sing. They don't all leave being Taylor Swift, but at least they will get up and sing, and they do get to be in a performance, and at the end of their conservatory, they have a performance for the parents or whoever wants to come. And the first one will be June 17th. Let's see, well, the performance will start on the 17th. It will be June 5th through the 16th. And you can call the Art Center and they will be glad to talk to you about the cost of it. If you do apply in May to send your kid, there is a discount. So you might look into it because it would be something they will enjoy, but they're going to learn something too. It's amazing how shy some of these children are when they come in, and when they leave, they're singing and dancing and doing all it. It's not even like the same child. But they start at 10 a.m. And then the second junior conservatory will start June 19th through the 30th. And that's for the same age group, the 1st through the 6th. And then the senior session will be July 10th through the 21st. And it will be for grades 7 through 12. Now, many of these of the senior ones are repeat people because they come every year. That's how much they enjoy it. And then they have a performance at the end of their session where the parents can come in and they actually perform for them. So, hey, there's something going on here all the time. And if you miss out on it, it's your own fault. Because it's not like we don't have anything for people to do. We have plenty of places for people to shop. We have plenty of places for people to eat. So there's no reason for you not to come and just check it out and get in on some of these events. And like she said, for the yard sale, you don't even have to live in Cannon County. If you want to rent a booth, you can.
Rent a booth, yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of people coming from Nashville this year already.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, isn't that something?
Sure did.
All right. Is that for yard sale stuff or craft stuff? Both?
Both, yeah, I think one of each, yeah. And if you don't mind, one thing I wanted to really appeal to is the businesses, and even if you can't do anything as far as the yard sale, if there's some kind of support that you could give to the Cannon County Community for Animals, or Spayed It Forward Cannon County with Kim Coon that does all the cats. If you need I can't find the word other than tax write-off, donation type deal, maybe we could get a Humane Society. These two girls do it all on their own with help from some of the vets and in the area that, you know, we couldn't do it without, and, you know, give special prices and this kind of stuff. But we need something in the area, and if we could get some more money coming in on a regular basis, and then we could just do these kind of things to, you know, boost it. But they do it all out of their homes, and it's just amazing what they've done. So can just imagine what we could do if we had an actual, you know, humane building.
That is such a need in any community.
Right.
Because there are so many stray animals, cats, dogs, and of course cats kind of multiply like rabbits. You know, you may start out with one or two and then you end up with, I think at one time I had 12, and they weren't even my cats.
Right.
They just came there and had kittens, I think. But there is a need for that. And just like if you dump your animals, not only does the animal suffer, I think every animal that I've had and my neighbor has had have been ones that I used to think there was a sign on our road somewhere that said dump your animals here, because we would end up with them. They'd just come out of the blue. Well, hey, if you're going to come on my place, I'm going to feed you.
Right.
So that's kind of, and then they would stay, and they were some of the best animals I ever had. I can't imagine going out and spending $2,000 for a dog or a cat when there's so many out there that need homes.
Yep.
You know, I just can't, and they're some of the best dogs I've ever had.
All of mine are too. All of mine are. They're the best dogs. We'll be putting up more of the signs, if y'all have seen them around. It's, you know, now says that it's against the law to do this, and just, you know, watch your butt, because I mean, you're filmed on everything nowadays.
Yes, you are.
Don't think you're going to get away
There's
with
a camera everywhere.
everywhere. And if we catch you, you're going to get fined, or you may get in prison. So just think about it before you drop an animal to suffer.
You know, there are places, I would say probably the Community for Animals, if there was an instance where you had a litter of puppies or cats or something that you couldn't take care of, please call them. If they can't take them, maybe they can give you advice as to where you can take them.
With her working out of her home, it is kind of limited.
Yeah,
She's just
it
got so
is.
much room, and there's so much of a demand. But usually there's a foster family, or there's another rescue that can take them, or if not, as soon as she's done this for us, as soon as she gets rid of one, then she'll take the one in where we've got, you know, and that. So it's just amazing what these girls do, and they need more support from the county.
Well, that too, because a lot of times we've had people attempt this in the past, but it's a volunteer thing. And volunteers a lot of times start out really rambunctious, and they're really going to help, and then, you know, it grows old after a month or so. Well, when you're doing it on a volunteer basis, you're wanting people to work every day. You know, you've got to have dog food, you've got to have medicine, vet bills, you know. It's hard to do that on a volunteer basis.
Right, these girls.
You've got to have income for that, you do. Even though I think we do have a need for that. But I appreciate what Tricia's done over the years, and also the lady that is with the Community for Animals. What is her name?
Miranda.
Miranda.
Yeah.
she's done a great job, and Kim Kuhn has started out now with and she's very dedicated. You know, when she started that, she's very talented lady. She can draw, she can take photos of anything. She does a calendar every year, and when she sells a calendar, that money goes into the Pay It Forward program.
And Lynn helps us with the yard sale too, but she doesn't have her shop anymore. But if you know Lynn, contacted her and, you know, have her number and stuff, you're still free to contact her about
Right.
this too. But she's working in the school system now, and it's not available during the day for calls. And that's why I'm just doing it off of my number this year.
Well, you can always call the chamber also, and I'll
Yeah.
be glad to give you Tricia's number.
And if anybody ever wants to drop any dog food, money, or anything by the Iron Pig Antiques, we started that years ago when we had it. Joe continued it. Now Cindy and all of them are being so wonderful and continuing it. So, and they'll call me, I'll come get it, make sure Miranda gets it. So that's another option, you know, if you're out of
Right.
town that weekend, or if you know, great uncle leaves you some money you want to give to her.
That you don't know what to do with.
Yeah.
We're giving you some suggestions. Okay. Keith, do you have anything
There
else?
is one other thing I want to mention. I used to be in the radio. Now I'm in the newspaper industry. I have a website called readyontheradio.com. And the reason why I'm mentioning this is I'll put your stuff on my website
great.
too. I've got a listing of car shows, including ours, and cruise-ins and stuff in the area. People want to take a look at it, just scroll, because you may have to scroll a little bit to find the one that you're looking for. May the 20th, now this is not necessarily in Cannon County, but it has to do with people that are Cannon County based. Dennis Jordan has a car show that he puts together every year in remembrance of his daughter who passed away of an overdose. It's called Showing Off for Shelby. May 20th, starting at 8 a.m., they'll be getting together at the Experience Community Church in Murfreesboro, the Murfreesboro Church. And that's going to be located on Old Salem Road in Murfreesboro. So if you look up Old Salem Road, put Murfreesboro, because if you don't, you'll end up in Rutherford County in the middle of nowhere, really.
Oh, yeah.
And because there's two Old Salems. But at any rate, back to the car show, there's going to be, food vendors, there's going to be cars, trucks, automobiles. You're more than welcome to include your car in on this, and we'll be giving away some prizes and stuff. And it'll be it's a good event. They held one, I guess the first one last year, and had about 100, 150 cars. A lot of Mustangs, and we're expecting even a bigger crowd. That's why we had to have a bigger venue, and the Experience Community Church parking lot will check that, supply that. So go check it out, and like I say, if you need any information on that, it's on readyontheradio.com. I've got a little flyer on there.
Okay,
Pretty
now
easy to
we've got
remember.
you set up yard sales, car shows, cruise-ins. What else have we got?
Homecoming.
Homecoming,
Art Center
sales, art
shows,
center, yeah.
We got the whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's about all we have for this month. We just want y'all to take care and enjoy the summer months. And we want to thank you for watching, and we want to see you somewhere in Cannon County during all these things. And I will say this, don't forget Mom on May 14th.